Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Too Heavy Wrestling Podcast. This episode we got Randy, we got Clayton, we got Eddie, and this time we're going to go ahead and do a fantasy draft of Summerslam matches in order.
Rules of engagement. Wink, wink. It is a 7-match card. Once a match or the title belt featured in that match has been drafted, it cannot be used on anybody else's card.
And thank you to Vince McMahon for sponsoring this video. Comment your favorite Vince McMahon matchup down below.
Is Vince McMahon versus Scorpion relevant, seeing as how he got his spine ripped out?
No.
Yeah, the recent.
Major spinal.
All right. Well, before we started recording, we did a Google spin the wheel thing, and it landed on me. So I'm going to go ahead and draft first.
It was number
Rigged.
2.
We're just going to go in order.
Oh, okay.
Rigged.
So to go me, then Clayton, then Eddie.
Seems like that wheel didn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's almost like it was a bad thing, and I said do a random number generator, but we're here now. Randy, take us
It's
away
too
with your
late.
first draft pick.
Guys, you know. Oh, that's right. SummerSlam 2003, Elimination Chamber 1.
That wasn't on mine, so I'm cool with that.
Taking the very first Elimination Chamber match.
I think you just took one of mine for later in my card. You said SummerSlam 2003?
SummerSlam 2003,
Oh, I know what you're
Elimination
talking
Chamber
about if
match.
you're thinking SummerSlam 2003 then.
Oh my god, I want to call you.
You can still do a match from 03.
Yeah, but I actually had that match on my card
I
as not
told
an
you,
alt.
that's such a strong first pick.
It is a very strong first pick.
I see your strong first pick, and I raise you the Edge and Christian versus Dudley's versus Hardy's for the WWF Tag Team Championship to open my SummerSlam pay-per-view.
That was on my
you.
list. TLC 1.
Asses in seats.
Bleep that out, Zach. I just... Damn it. Oh, it's just going to be an episode of cussing anyways if we're doing fantasy drafting. Whatever.
Dang, you took mine.
All right.
Cannot believe you opened with Elimination Chamber 1, you asshole.
You piece of
Dude,
crap.
whatever. You took TLC 1.
That was actually the opening match at SummerSlam.
Just saying, it was a great
Dude,
match.
you
If anything,
suck.
I deserve bonus points.
Did it open that
It
pay-per-view?
opened that pay-per-view.
It did.
That's a shame. That's a main event.
Damn it.
If I ever did hear one.
Okay, for my first match, I'm just going to go with an easy one. Technical wrestling prowess. I'm going to go with Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog at SummerSlam 92. You knew that would have had to have been a
92.
first round.
I went to those early 90 ones, and there was a couple, like the main event of SummerSlam 1 was Mega Powers versus some Mega something else, and like I went all the way that far back, but I was like, you know what, those I just didn't.
I only have
didn't-
SummerSlam matches featured from the year 1999 or later.
That's actually nice to know.
So Bret Hart versus okay. I think we can all agree as a group he has the worst first match.
Yeah, 100%. That is a.
Literally
I
the
want you
best
to-
first match.
I want you to know.
Except mine exists. So
I want
mine's
you-
the best first match.
I want you to know you could have saved that for round 4 or 5.
Choose it next.
I was not going to choose that match next.
I think
right.
wrestling talk and based off my liking, that is a great first match.
Yeah,
Well,
of course.
sure.
Good thing that's my card, dude.
Yep. It's a good thing it's not going to win this competition.
All right.
Your second match.
So are we
Serpentine.
doing that way?
Yeah, Serpentine.
Okay,
That's
Serpentine. All right.
fair to Eddie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get the next one?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
crap. Let me see.
You can't pick TLC 1.
I know, and that was going
Not
to
only
be
can you not
it.
pick TLC 1, you can't pick any match feature in the WWF Tag Team Championship.
That version of it.
That version of it.
Okay, then I'm probably going to go out on a frickin' limb here, if I'm going to be honest.
Frickin' limb.
Unless I can
Luckily, I don't have Big Gold featured on any
find,
of my
like,
other
all of my
cards.
matches. Yeah, I have to go based off what the people want then.
Don't. Because I'll be so upset if you say
And
what you're
I'm
about
going to go
say.
with Shawn Michaels versus
Versus
Triple
what?
H in
Okay, good.
2002.
The street fight? That was my next pick!
Unsanctioned match.
Oh my god. So
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
That was
that'll-
literally
that one will put butts in seats. We'll take that.
that was literally my next pick. I'm so upset with you.
to keep the steam rolling on Clayton Love's SummerSlam, we have the great one, The Rock, versus Booker T for the WCW Championship.
Didn't you just say you don't have big gold on any of those?
For the WCW Championship.
That
I don't
That is
have-
absolutely
I
big
don't
goal.
have
That is
the
big gold.
WWE World Heavyweight Championship, affectionately also known as Big
It
Gold.
was called Big Gold back in 1984 when Dusty and Rick were fighting over it.
Are those belts, or are they not, two different belts that look exactly the same?
You just talk so loud.
All right. That's your pick?
That's my second match.
All right. So for round 2 for me, we're going to take it Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. Oversell of the Century 2005.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You took my bathroom match.
You got that one.
Yep.
I'll give it to you.
It's all good. I got a good alt for that.
You know I got to take that Oversell. That absolute masterclass of anti-Hogan. And then after that,
Match number 3.
since those two were taken,
Oh, I got a good back-to-back one. None of you guys.
we're going to go
You're going to go.
You're gonna go?
Brock versus Rock 2002 for the undisputed WWE Championship.
Yeah, you got me there.
Yep.
That's a
Wait.
great fucking pick.
No, I removed that one. Actually, I'm straight. I removed that one. Sorry for the audio spike.
That was a great pick.
That eliminates the undisputed WWE Championship.
Of the pre-John Cena.
Yes,
Yes.
the one that John Cena. All right, Eddie, or not Eddie, Clayton.
Traditionally, third match on a 7-match card is definitely the first bathroom break match.
Oh, okay.
Triple H versus Eugene.
Eugene? Absolute banger of a match, by the way. Everyone was absolutely electric for that.
We
So-
love it when WWE does socially conscious matches.
Yeah, you know me. I was all
Yeah,
about
remember
it.
Shawn Michaels and God versus the McMahons?
Great match,
No,
by the way.
You say it right.
You didn't see God's hot tag?
Mr. McMahon and the product of his seed.
Oh yeah,
You didn't see God's hot tag, though?
I think I did. I also loved his entrance music.
Yeah.
All right, Eddie.
Okay. You see here at Ed Enterprises,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do things a little differently, but I'm a mark for both of these guys. Also, I got a shirt on. At SummerSlam 2001, the hardcore title ladder match between Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy was the first showing of RVD, which, by the way, fantastic match if you haven't seen it.
That match just missed the cut.
Yeah,
Love that match.
that match was like probably around 7 for me if I'm gonna go.
Well, my next match, I want to get something a little bit more modern. And in doing so,
Trash take incoming.
who do you think it is?
I didn't say anything about who I thought it was. Go ahead.
You just think anyone I choose here is going to be trash?
Typically, when people have to specify that they're going more modern,
It's not a bad match. It's
trash
just
take incoming.
it's not a bad match. It was in my top 7. I just want to take it now because
Yeah, Evan Bourne.
no, not this time. I want to put in a Universal title match, the first Universal
Okay.
title match
Okay.
between
Okay.
Finn Balor and Seth Rollins.
That's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
Banger of. We're still seeing the effects of that match today.
Yes. Who's still mad? That being Finn Balor.
Alrighty. My number 4 match, traditionally on a 7-card match, your guaranteed spot for a storyline blow-off match. So no
Yeah.
titles on the line here,
Don't.
but Edge versus Matt Hardy.
Oh, okay, good.
I would not have chosen that,
I
but still a
thought-
banner of a match.
That is not what I thought you were going to
Fantastic
say.
match.
Are you about to say what I thought you thought I was going to say?
I am. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
picking it now.
Okay. All right. For the record, that's where EC1 was on my card, the 4 spot,
Okay. Yeah.
given everything going into that one.
All right, guys. I'm going to go with another 2. So for my 4th round pick, We are also going to go with a storyline match from SummerSlam 2005. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, custody of Dominic
good
ladder
pick.
match.
Good
I'm not
pick.
mad at it. I'm not mad at it. That was one of the better, well-handled, but intense as hell storylines.
Very much so.
All right.
All right, and for round 5, oh, buddy. You know, we'll go ahead and pick this match. Main event, SummerSlam, 1999. Mankind defeats Stone Cold and Triple H for the WWF World Championship.
That was one of my alts, but that's a good pick.
Why don't I remember that match?
Because it was the second time. Talks about
Yeah, okay. Triple H. Oh, he turned heel with that. Okay, never mind.
All righty. For match number 5, traditionally on a 7-match card, the second bathroom match. Team WWE versus Team Nexus.
Damn.
You had that?
I did have that. 2010.
Dang, I just have a bunch of frickin' singles matches, dude. I get 2 picks in a row, so I guess I might...
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is your 5 and your 6, so you better not get your 7th taken.
I know. Which
This card doesn't seem like it's going to end very strong for you, Mr. Producer Cooney.
I got a hunch.
Found out my picks next time.
We've had a world tag title match already.
What'd you say?
Wasn't TLC one was a world tag title match, right?
WWF
Yes,
Tag Team title match.
It was specifically the WWF Tag Team.
Okay.
Because the world didn't exist yet.
Yes. Excellent. Okay.
Eddie, pick.
I'm looking.
I took the most time and I'm the most ready.
Just pick Cesaro featuring Oksana versus...
Just pick Big Show versus the Straight Edge Society.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Dude, how many different cards was John Cena versus Punk?
Just pick Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella.
I forgot about that, man.
Dude, you just had the best tag team title match.
Dude,
That's my only
Brutus
thing.
the Barber Beefcake versus...
Actually,
the honky
here we
tonk
go.
man.
I'll do this one. This wasn't a tag title match. I don't know what freaking was. Okay.
Well, was it that version?
It was that version.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so disclaimer that I want to put on this. If it is could it be to where that version... No, I wouldn't be able to pull that off. I was going to ask if that version of the title still involved, but there was another tag title with that.
Yeah, yes, if the other tag title is the tag title that was actually won.
You also could
Both were one.
You could just break the...
But that's
Are you saying it was a unification match?
No, okay, so I'll just say it
That's what it
because it
sounded
can't
like to
be
me.
picked. It's DDP and Canyon versus The Undertaker and Kane in a steel cage
the Brothers
match.
of Destruction.
Yes.
That would count.
I
You'd
can
be
do
okay
that
with
one.
it. I would say you could do that.
And that was for the WCW tag titles.
Yeah,
and
that's a different tag title.
Then
belt.
I will choose that. I will choose that matchup.
Okay, you are well within your rights.
That was the WWE tag titles were on the line. It was the same belt.
It's fine.
But there was the other... Okay.
So what belts did the winner win that they didn't
the
come in with?
WWE tag titles and the WCW tag titles.
So both titles were vacant.
No, both titles, DDP and Canyon had both, but the Brothers of Destruction won them.
The belts were already unified.
No, then that's a unified title. That's
Okay.
different.
That's
Cool.
different.
And that was after the whole...
Just look hard over here. I think he's a.
It's very clear.
There was that one, the thing with Sarah and the Undertaker, and it was crazy. The next one that I will do
now.
Not his wife now. That is absolutely
He got that
correct.
tattoo surgically.
I think he just did
think
something over
I
it.
don't think his neck says Sarah anymore.
The next match that I will have is
Your second main event.
my second main event. Main event dose. I think I'm going to put CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar in that match.
Called it.
Did you call that? Oh, dude.
You okay, Clayton?
Yeah, CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar,
something
no
flying or spiders.
disqualifications.
All right, Clayton, what do you got
So
for your
it was
next
CM
match?
Punk versus what?
Brock Lesnar.
What year was that?
That was 13.
Was that for a belt?
No, it was not.
Okay. My sixth match, the preamble to the glorious climax of this card. Seth Rollins versus John Cena in the winner take all match.
Oh, okay. That was a good match.
Which counts for the belt before the current version of the United States Championship.
Yeah, that's the trucker grill. That's what I always called it. Looked like the
Which version of Big Gold did you? Yeah, which version of Big Gold did you draft?
WCW World Heavyweight.
WCW.
Okay, just want to make sure.
All right, so for match 6,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna take Daniel Bryan versus John Cena, 2013, because it also has the subsequent cash in afterwards.
That
One of my alts.
was my one of two that I would have put in the main event. So that's one.
I need to check something. I might have just had my 7th taken from me.
For my last one, I'm gonna do it.
Do
I'm
that
gonna-
thing you like?
The Usos versus the Mysterios for the SmackDown Tag Team.
As your main event.
Well, this isn't in a particular order for me. I'll reorder this to a card if you want.
If you want to win this competition, I think you should.
All right, well, I will reorder this in a way that makes
Yeah. I may need to
But
reorder
for
a
my
little
7th pick, going Usos versus Mysterios, because that's what kicked off the record-setting tag team championship. Lasted until WrestleMania 2020.
bit. Some options still.
Before I say this next one,
Yes.
if the tribunal has enough objection, I will change the match.
Okay.
But I don't think there is a better main event match in the history of SummerSlam. And I mean the history.
Think you're gonna... No, you're not going to take mine.
Lesnar versus Cena for the
Ooh.
WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
I'm fine with that.
I have Cena pulling double duty in my last 2 matches.
Okay. So this one, per the... I guess the severity of it would be my main... This would definitely be my main event.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as the Spinner WWE title... Has anyone chosen the Spinner WWE title?
Negative, Ghost
Not me.
Rider.
All right, CM Punk versus John Cena, SummerSlam 2011.
That's it.
We all kind of went the same route for a couple picks.
The only reason why I didn't put that one on mine is that their match at Money in the Bank was so much better.
It was so much better. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
100% agree. Honestly, I think I have mine in the order I'd keep it in.
I'd set all of mine in order, we'll let you reorganize yours. And
Bulldog and Bret Hart is a good opening match. I will take that.
sure, if you want to be the second-rate promotion in this territory.
They were still on top of the world at that point. That pay-per-view did numbers. Maybe
Yeah.
you wouldn't see a British Bulldog match in today's.
I'm not doubting its significance in the greater preamble and archaic history
Okay.
of wrestling. But
British Bulldog is just
All right, so I have mine in order.
okay.
all right, you were first to start it out. So
You want me to go first?
Yep, 1
Okay.
through 7.
All right, so opening my SummerSlam. We always want to open with an entertaining match. So opening my SummerSlam is Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels. The oversell of the century. That is how that sets the tone for the rest of this. However, to follow that, so first we start with the excitement of Shawn Michaels proving why he's the best. Then we up the ante. We stack on top of that Daniel Bryan beating John Cena for the title and Randy Orton catch. What happens next? Edge of your seatness.
I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say till you're done with your order.
You can say it now.
That's a main event match, baby.
No,
I think that's
He's
a main
gonna
event
say
match.
I don't get the cash in.
you don't get the cash.
He's gonna say I don't get the cash in
that is
because
technically a second
it's a
match.
separate match.
You just the match as it is.
Here's my argument to that.
listening.
Not in kayfabe, because this is all kayfabe.
Right.
Anytime there's a cash in, it's not on the.
Hold on.
So a cash in is not on my card, but it still happens.
Do we get to add another match for this?
No. If you did not add a match that got cashed in on, you don't get to add that match. I'm not adding another match. I'm merely allowing the full conclusion of a match that I already drafted to.
I'm gonna look at one thing while you go through your list.
Okay.
If WWE themselves considers it a match result,
Oh, they do. It says 8 seconds on the. Well, actually, I don't know if WWE themselves does, but on Wikipedia, it is listed as a separate match and it lasts like 8.
yeah, which there on that. I happen to be on that exact same Wikipedia page for this particular SummerSlam for that, and their source is SB Nation's.
And here's the thing.
I'll allow it.
And I'll say this too. Even if I don't get the cash in, Daniel Bryan beating John Cena for the belt.
That's a 5-star match.
That's all by itself. So that's match 2.
Mm-hmm.
Match 3, because somehow the title got vacated between match 2 and 3. We have Mankind versus Triple H versus Stone Cold in a triple. That's match 3. Now we all know what match 4 is for a pay-per-view. Match 4, Clayton said, that's your storyline match, your non-title. So at this point, at the apex, the tip of our bell curve, Ray versus Eddie for the custody of Dominic. And then you follow that up with the Usos versus the Mysterios. So Dominic now knows who his dad is and is now in a match.
Has dramatically aged through the wonders of modern medicine.
So Rey Mysterio essentially won custody of Dominic, and then they immediately had a tag team title match afterward. And then match 6 is Brock versus Rock. And then you main event, of course, with the Elimination Chamber. Triple H defends his World Heavyweight Champion.
Booker T pinned RVD with a missile drop kick in that match. Just want to point that out.
So that's my SummerSlam. Are we gonna have Zach put up graphics with like the?
I will say that that version of Chris Jericho was my favorite Chris Jericho when he was the king of the world and doing the Ali shit. Like I loved that.
That was really good. All right, Clayton, take us through your order.
Man's out here having the WWE Championship defended 4 times, and
it was 4 different versions.
It was. You within the rules. It's within the rules. All right.
Kind of
my match one that's going to have people on the edge of their seat is TLC 1.
But you're
not getting up.
That's a hard grade open.
I wouldn't get up at Triple H and Eugene. Maybe TLC 1 I would.
I'm just going to move right along from that disrespect. Match 2, The Rock versus his imitation for his imitation's belt. My first match number 3, Triple H versus Eugene, because Triple H needs an opportunity to feel like a menace on my card, and he has no other real match. My 4 spot is that storyline blow off between Edge and Matt Hardy which ended in a TKO because Matt couldn't figure out how to unserpentine his arms from the rope.
Oh.
Which, for me as a wrestling fan, I've never been in a ring, but my suspension of disbelief is broken anytime they do that spot. Because I don't know, I just feel like you could just flip head over heels backwards and get out of that.
Are you talking about getting stuck in the ropes?
Yes.
Look, let me tell you something. Shawn Michaels lost the Intercontinental Unification Championship match to Razor Ramon because his foot got stuck. And then his arm got stuck. So don't tell me that you don't believe that can happen.
No, I don't believe that somebody can get crucified like Jesus Christ in between the ropes and not stop someone from climbing was it a singles match? I want to say they climbed to a ladder for like the contract.
What when?
Because it was a loser leaves Raw match.
You're talking about that match?
Yeah. My 5-spot match, my second bathroom match, and technically I have John Cena pulling triple duty on my card. Team WWE versus Team Nexus, because it was just a waste of everybody's time, and I have not seen 4 wrestling careers get demolished.
I wanted that match on my card, man. It's on there.
Get demolished after the recourse of one match, and demolished to the point that Wade Barrett is the only person standing from that group. My number 6 spot, Seth Rollins versus John Cena in the winner takes all match when he took John Cena's belt. And John Cena, after getting a win and getting a loss, gets annihilated in the main event by Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
So you just kick Cena while he's down.
Yes.
That's good.
I know what they did to Seth Rollins at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I made Dom wrestle.
All right. Well, I did restructure my list per
Good.
bathroom matches.
Good.
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 You better have.
Number 1.
Take us through it.
That's what I'm doing.
Start.
Hey, can I start?
Yeah.
Are you allowing me to?
I told you to.
Right now?
You have my permission.
Are you sure right now?
Right now.
Maybe we should get some time first. Hold on. All right, I'll start now. All right, number 1, I've put for the Universal title, I put Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins.
You're opening with that.
I am opening with that one.
All right, bet.
Number 2, I put in a ladder match, I did put Jeff Hardy versus RVD for the hardcore title.
Okay.
For my first bathroom match, and this is me proactively thinking per my audience in this case. For my first bathroom match, I put the British Bulldog versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental title.
Great position for that
Yeah.
match.
Are you the only person who put an Intercontinental title on their card? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. All I have was the US when Cena lost it.
For the WWE, and that's a top 3 for me just based off wrestling prowess alone, but the audience doesn't necessarily like that match. So, proactively thinking. Number 4, and we're going to make this our more storyline-based match, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in an unsanctioned match.
And that match too, dude.
I know, and I knew you wanted it because you talked about it today, which is why I took it. Number 5, my other bathroom match, still a pretty entertaining bathroom match, though. Brothers of Destruction versus DDP and Canyon in a steel cage match for the WWE World Tag Team titles and the WCW Tag Team titles.
Did you know that in WCW there's an official match between Canyon and G Bagwell, Buff Bagwell's mother? They went 1-on-1 on night.
Yo, what's with the good old Jude?
She was actually, her and Rick Steiner were tag team champions.
I need to.
You need to look up Judy Bagwell.
I'll look up Judy Bagwell. Number 6, and I think I made. No, I'm going to keep it because I was hyping the other one up so much. For number 6, I'm putting CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. And I'm going to make a little changeroo. I'm going to say for the custody of Paul Heyman.
Oh, that's fair.
That's valid.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Which Brock did end up winning. So, custody of Paul Heyman makes sense. And for number 7, off of the heels of his absolutely just bombastic departure, we have CM Punk versus John Cena to unify the exact same spinner WWE championships.
What No, never.
Wait, wasn't that a cash in too?
Mm-mm.
Didn't Del Rio cash in on that?
Afterwards.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could have the Del Rio cash in added
Okay.
onto that if you wanted.
Yep, and Del Rio
But
cashes in and becomes.
If you're including the Del Rio cash,
That may
you
actually
also-
bring the stock down.
You have to include the clickety clacks of Kevin Nash's quadriceps.
Oh, that's true.
You have to include that too,
You
because
have
that
to-
was a part of that.
You have to include everything that is Kevin Nash and his torn
I'll
quads.
just keep Cena and Punk. It was still a good match.
All right. Well,
All right.
before we vote on whose card we think we want to watch the most, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Mhm.
What is the match that got left off for you? What match it got left behind?
I definitely have one. I think Brett versus Owen in a steel cage.
I'm surprised you didn't just put that on.
I didn't put that on because I, again, have to adapt to the audience.
Yeah.
So I thought that would not be... I got my one match that I wanted,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, no, I do kind of have to tailor this a little more based off what was the coolest match. And even though Brett and Owen did kind of steal the show, again, making sure to know your audience means something. Vince...
All right, Clayton, what about you? What match got left off?
So I didn't necessarily have a match left off. A good portion of your picks were my alt picks in case my original pick got taken. I will say, for the shock value at the time, Kane versus Undertaker, that Undertaker won by TKO because Kane got unmasked and ran away.
Oh, yeah.
Which that was like at the beginning peak of like Kane's mythos as far as wrestling is concerned. So him being unmasked was a really big deal. And this other one is more of a positioning thing. I actually had Hogan and HBK originally as my first bathroom match because
Oh, really?
taking the background information of that match out of it,
Yeah.
just watching it, I have no idea what's going on, but I know Sean's trying to do something and Hogan's
Yeah.
pissed about it.
100%.
So that like takes me out of, oh, they're wrestling. Like, oh no, they're having a workplace disagreement and we're all watching.
My match that got left off, you probably don't know this happened. Eddie, I'm sure you know this happened. Do either of you off the top of your head know what the main event of SummerSlam night was?
No.
SummerSlam 1994.
The main event.
Main event? No, what would it be?
The Undertaker versus The Undertaker.
I do know. Yeah, I know about the lore of it.
Ted DiBiase had his own version of The Undertaker that fought Paul Bearer's The Undertaker.
I was kind of a trash match, but Undertaker working with Undertaker the Squeakquel.
It was like Brian Harris or something.
Mhm.
I'm sure he was all right.
I did have one, but there were a lot of 1999s and like kind of
It was a
late
great
1990s. It was all of
SummerSlam?
those SummerSlams from 98 to 2001 were fantastic.
I was gonna say 98 to 2003. SummerSlam 98 to SummerSlam 2003, maybe even 2004. Probably the best string of SummerSlams you'll ever
And
see.
I should have put this over Bulldog and Hitman now that I'm thinking about Triple H versus The Rock in the ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
You don't like my card at all.
I just don't like that particular match.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many of his matches have you even seen?
Most of them are pretty
Everything
recent.
except the tag team match and Bulldog and Bret
Well,
Hart.
because Clayton has been very vocal about the fact that he didn't start watching wrestling until.
You would be
Yeah.
very
So I don't know how
bored
much he
then.
went back to watch.
I can guarantee you I would never go back to watch a
likes the
tag team
cinema.
match.
He likes the cinema.
Though
of
I
the
like
match.
Kane and Undertaker as a tag team, I would not watch a tag team match that has them as a tag team and DDP and pick a face.
He's not like DDP.
Nothing about that in the match sounds interesting to me. He should get squashed like a bug every time.
They kind of did get squashed
Yeah,
like a
they
bug.
did hard.
They just got squashed for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it was. All right, well, Eddie, you go first. Whose card would you want to watch? Are we saying we can't pick our own?
Yes.
This is no disrespect to said other person's card, It is just more what I'd be more interested in, and the fact that it seems like you have a few more bathroom matches than I would like, I would probably pick Clayton's.
I don't have any bathroom match.
I just think Hulk and HBK.
Like, yeah, I think, dude, honestly, you have that match so dramatically overrated.
Dude, that match is amazing.
It was very, yes, I've watched that match, and that was that was in my first year of pay-per-views that I had watched.
Yeah.
And I actually asked my parents to pay for that
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
Good? I was gonna say, you good over there, bro?
I showered today. I was like, huh, that smells a little odd. Let's make sure.
But yours, the one match that you had that most people may not have liked, but that was again in my first year of watching wrestling. That being, no, it wasn't my first year of wrestling. It was afterwards. But I remember kind of the severity behind it. There was a lot behind Triple H and Eugene, which a lot of people would not think of that much because Eugene is supposed to be a comedic character.
Well, in kayfabe, Eugene is Eric Bischoff's.
Yes, correct.
And the whole thing was Evolution was very heavily messing with you. And there was that match before or after the Rock's promo with Eugene where he's like, The Rock's like, who's the best of all time? And he's like, The Rock. And then he's like, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? And he goes, Triple H.
I think it was before that promo.
Yeah, I guess it was before.
I don't know. I just know Eugene dominated that summer, and God, did I love Triple H just doing things to that man.
Top heel Triple H. Okay, so you vote for Clayton.
Yes. I don't think there was anything wrong with your pay-per-view specifically, but
mine is too much.
It's not too much. I think it's enough, but I think his is just enough.
Run me through your 7 again, just quick.
In order or just what?
In order.
So Triple H versus Hogan, Daniel Bryan versus Cena, Passion, Mankind, Triple H, Stone Cold, triple threat title.
That's another one I don't understand.
Dude, Mankind winning the belt is what that's for.
Yeah.
Ray versus Eddie, custody of Dominic. Usos versus the Mysterio. Brock versus Rock for the undisputed belt. And first elimination.
The Brock versus Rock was the one that I was really just attached to, and I'm like, I don't know. You want me to read you mine?
No, I remember yours.
Okay.
For the entertainment value alone, Randy's card is stronger. However, there is no room to breathe.
That's
on it.
It's very much you can't leave.
And with the exception of the custody battle, there's no other like kooky wrestling type match on it.
Hogan and Shawn.
Brother.
I'm not counting what we know about it today. I'm counting it in the moment. That's a bad match.
I did pick a bunch of main events.
Whereas he has, even with his little modifier, custody of Paul Heyman, Diamond Dallas Page is out there getting cardio. British Bulldog is doing something, I guess.
Yeah.
Steroids
or Von Erich.
Oh,
Sonny.
That's all, folks.
Know about those sunny days on SummerSlam.
Yeah. She admitted wasn't Brett.
So I would actually pick Eddie's. So I'm gonna pick for the base of this competition.
Yeah,
I would pick Eddie's, but I would never rewatch Eddie's. I would rewatch yours like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, that's true.
So take that for what you will.
So I get to decide the winner then, because you voted for his and you his.
Yes.
We know who's you're gonna choose.
Can you read yours again, Eddie?
Does it fucking matter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have him read his for no reason.
Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins Universal title open. Jeff Hardy versus RVD hardcore title ladder match. Bathroom match. Davey Boy versus Brett. Intercontinental title. Number 4. Shawn Michaels versus Triple H unsanctioned match. Number 5. Bathroom. Brothers of Destruction versus DDP and Canyon Steel Cage. 6, CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, no disqualifications for the custody of Paul Heyman. It was great. Whatever. And number 7, John Cena versus CM Punk to unify the WWE title and the WWE title.
Like, he only has 2 standard matches on that entire card.
Your
TLC 1, Brock versus Booker for the WCW Big Gold. Edge versus Matt Hardy. Triple H versus Eugene. Team WWE versus Nexus. Rollins versus Cena, winner take all. And then Lesnar versus Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
This is going to be only match I'm interested in. The other match includes the winner take all match. Cena. First off, Triple H versus Eugene never would have. Brock versus Booker, great match. But I do think I would watch it.
This is epic. Victory screech.
I haven't seen a bigger comeback in wrestling media since John Cena beat Booker T in a best of 5.
If I didn't make Davey and Hitman a bathroom match, I feel like it would have been a different story.
If I had one rest match,
it'd be that.
If I had taken out this triple threat and put in, like, I don't know, Sable versus Tori or whatever
you
that
won.
Match, yeah,
you would have
whatever
won.
That match was.
Instead,
yeah,
you have everybody on meth wrestling.
We had a good cutoff there, actually. That works. Hey, dude. So. Yeah, good cutoff there. I didn't.
You just so excited. I talk about wrestling with my friends, just kicking my leg. Instead of having a rest match, you have everybody on meth and wrestling.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, man, like, I think most wrestling companies do understand that not every match can be a great match, but I just wanted one card where it's like, I'm just on the edge of my seat the whole time.
I feel like there's a lot of SummerSlam. Like, out of the big 4, SummerSlam is lowest.
It's number 4.
Yeah, it's number 4.
Without question.
Like, if you
rank
did this,
them, go.
Rank them. Jeez. For me,
yeah,
I appreciate the Royal Rumble more than any pay-per-view. Then I would say, again, off appreciation, what I'm most interested in, probably Survivor Series, then WrestleMania, then SummerSlam.
Bingo.
Flip Mania and Survivor. For me, after 2000.
Because I think in the time we have known each other, we all mark out for the Royal Rumble the most.
Royal Rumble is the number 1 pay-per-view of the year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No doubt. I would say Survivor Series with the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match when they were doing it correctly back in the early 2000s, that would have put it above WrestleMania for me. But since then, no. WrestleMania has been outshining Survivor Series hard.
WrestleMania before 2 nights, your order. WrestleMania after 2 nights, your order.
I've just like with Survivor Series, it's something where it's an acquired taste for people. It's something where it is just, in my opinion, traditional Survivor Series.
Like, look at this list. Looks like I did some homework in school.
I know. Mine's just like,
yours
look at this PowerPoint slide I put together.
I didn't write. I wrote your guys' first match, and then I forgot to keep writing them. Because I thought you guys wouldn't choose most of mine. The only one I had a hunch about was Shawn Michaels against Triple H, and luckily we were Serpentine.
Yeah,
that worked perfectly.
I was going to say, that's the only reason I didn't take that match.
If we weren't Serpentine, I would be screwed.
And actually, you would have won because then there's your bathroom break match because
you don't care about the street fight?
The street fight concept in wrestling for me Was that one done backstage or out at the ring?
Mostly out in the ring. I don't think it went backstage. It did go into the crowd.
Street
I
fights.
just watched this. Yeah, I think it did.
Street fights at the ring don't interest me because that is a no DQ match without falls counting anywhere.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to be fighting in and around the stadium, up on the stage, it needs to be falls count anywhere. And if it's going to be falls count anywhere, then it's just a hardcore match or an extreme rules match. So call it that.
What's the difference between a no holds barred match and a no disqualification match in a street fight?
You can do a you can do, what's the thing that broke the guy's neck?
Oh, the belly to belly.
No, not. I know who Big E is.
Well, you said what thing broke the guy's
What
neck?
is
That's
the
most recent
what's
one.
the name of the move that broke Draws's neck? What do they call it?
The pile driver?
The pile driver. A no holds barred match. You can do pile driver
And
because there's no
protected
holds
chair
that are barred.
shots to the head.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, that was our SummerSlam. That was our fantasy draft of SummerSlam matches, if you will. Let us know in the comments a couple things. First, I want to know what your draft would have been. You can take our picks. You can combine our picks. Doesn't matter. Let us know what your 7-match SummerSlam card would be. Secondly, just because we did it, let us know what your big 4 pay-per-views are in order. And then thirdly, put in the comments, what do you think this year's SummerSlam is going to be like?
also comment who your winner is, because we'd love to know who
Yeah.
won.
Whose pay-per-view would you watch? And why is it mine?
And why is it not Eddie's?
I won. You're bad. Both of
I
you
was
are
gonna
bad.
say you can't. We both voted for Eddie, but
Yep.
yeah.
With
Yeah.
the caveat, not unsolicited.
Yeah.
You
All right,
had
well,
standards. I didn't.
All right. Well, we've been too heavy, Eddie. Just because we always forget to do it at the beginning. Why don't you go and run us through the socials real quick?
Absolutely. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and tune into us each and every week on Spotify, Apple Music, and watch our podcast video on YouTube.
We've been too heavy. That's Eddie. That's Clayton. I'm Randy. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
All right, that's enough of that.